With a faint hum of interest, I veer off the main path, drawn to a nearby dumpster with a torn awning flapping wildly in the breeze. Hang on, guys. I spotted something interesting over here. Could be useful for setting the mood.
I pause, turning back to Vicente, my curiosity piqued. ¿Qué encontraste, Vicente? I ask, already sensing something promising, and then I take off after him. Espera, Vicente, dime qué es.
I chase after them, carefully holding the camera at the same time. Oh, I hope this is good.
¿Qué demonios está pasando aquí? I mutter under my breath, raising an eyebrow as I trail behind them, careful not to trip again. ¿Qué es lo que has encontrado, Vicente? No me digas que has descubierto una horda de zombies en el contenedor.
Blimey, settle down, mates. I chide good-naturedly, rummaging through the dumpster without hesitation, amidst old boxes and rags. Not exactly a horde, Breakso, I utter distractedly, digging deeper. More like, I murmur to myself in Sevillano Spanish, un tesorito.
Vicente, you're like a modern-day treasure hunter, minus the Indiana Jones hat and whip, I tease, grinning. Maybe you found something to spruce up your apartment, eh?
I finally catch up, slightly winded, and remark dryly, fantastic, Vicente's found a mother load of trash. I'm sure it'll be a game changer for our zombie fest.
Mind you, Manuel, I'm starting to think you're more desperate for attention than my flat is for decoration, I quip. And as for you, Breakso, I think you'd be surprised what treasures one can find in the unlikeliest of places. Perhaps even inspiration for your next witty remark.
I chuckle and throw a playful jab at Vicente's arm. Hey, easy on the sass, hombre. Maybe you did find something good, I say, peeking over his shoulder to see what he's got. ¿Qué es? ¿Un póster antiguo o algo?
I raise a brow, shooting Manuel a droll look for the jab. Hardly a vintage poster, mate, I correct, dusting off a rusted metal sign that reads Carnicas El Pilar. Though the lettering's faded, it's still legible. This, however, could lend an air of authenticity to our little event, if we can find a way to prop it up convincingly.
I nod on agreement. It's not bad, although I'm not sure I'd have called it a Tesorito, Vicente, I say teasingly.
I flash a rakish grin at Lark, my Sevillan cadence slipping into my speech. Ay, chiquilla, you wouldn't understand. Sometimes a fellow finds solace in the beauty of discarded things, I say, tucking the sign under my arm. Now shall we proceed before these surroundings start inspiring Manuel's lyrics?
I roll my eyes with a smirk. No te preocupes, Vicente. I won't start singing about dumpsters just yet, I assure him, smiling at Lark. All right, shall we head to the abandoned slaughterhouse now? That sign will definitely come in handy for ambiance.
Sure. I'll snap a photo or two and we'll be on our way, I respond, getting a couple shots of our surroundings. Vicente, you want a shot posing with your treasure? I flash him a cheeky smile.
I cock my head, raising an eyebrow at Lark's suggestion. Pose with my treasure, love. You know I'm far too humble for such frivolity. I demur, playing it cool. Just capture the gritty reality of it all. The rusty sign, the graffiti-stained walls. A testament to the city's neglect and our own creative salvation.
Yeah, save the dramatics for the zombie fest, Vicente, I interject dryly, flipping my wrist to glance at my watch. We've got a long day ahead of us still, and who knows, maybe we'll stumble upon something actually worth posing with.
My lips curve into a hint of amusement, surveying the scene before me. Indeed, Breakso wants the drama on stage, where it belongs. Speaking of which, shall we give Lark something worthwhile to photograph? Perhaps Manuel doing his entitled frontman pose in front of the meat factory? I suggest, a sly tone dancing in my words.
Hey, that sounds like a plan, Vicente. I can already picture it. I'll strike a pose. And Lark, get ready to capture the essence of Azul Fonico's lead singer, I say, striding confidently towards the abandoned meat factory. Let's make this zombie fest a reality and make it unforgettable. I stand tall, feet shoulder-width apart, my arms outstretched to the sides, palms facing upwards, as if embracing the decaying grandeur of the abandoned slaughterhouse. My chest puffed out, and my head held high, a defiant glint in my eye, daring the very walls to doubt my vision for this zombie fest.
You puede empezar, Lark. Grab your camera. I'm pretty sure this is about to become a meme, I remark, crossing my arms, my expression a mix of second-hand embarrassment and resignation.
I shoot Breakso a sideways glance, smirking faintly at his deadpan remark. Ah, lovely. Another gem for Lark's archive, eh, mate? Meanwhile, shall I start scouting for hidden pitfalls or rusty low-hanging pipes, or would you rather leave that to chance, Breakso? I ask, wandering cautiously towards the entrance, my piano-trained fingers absently drumming a slow rhythm on the rusted sign beneath my arm.
I choke on a laugh and it comes out like a cough. Wow, Vicente, go easy on poor Brayshow.
Sí, vale, very funny, Vicente. Remind me again why I hang out with you guys. I mutter, rolling my shoulders in a shrug. ¿Qué pasa si entramos ya? No quiero pasarme todo el día aquí fuera.
All right, let's go. Manuel, I got your pictures, I say, half-heartedly trying to hide the amusement in my tone.
I relax my pose, giving Lark a sly grin. Gracias, belleza, I say, walking alongside her as we enter the abandoned slaughterhouse. Let's see what kind of undead magic we can whip up in here. ¿Qué vamos a encontrar adentro?
As I step inside, the eerie silence envelops me and my footsteps echo off the walls. Pues sí, what secrets does this place hold, eh? I muse aloud, peering into the dim interior, switching seamlessly to Sevillan Spanish. Aunque mejor pregunta sería, ¿qué demonios vamos a encontrar en este cuchitril?
Wait, what's that smell? I say, wrinkling my nose in distaste, my gaze drifting towards a dark corner of the room, where a faint stench seems to emanate from.
Bloody hell, what now? I think to myself, following Breakshaw's line of sight towards the source of the smell. No sé qué es, pero apesta, I remark, squinting slightly, trying to make out whatever mess lies hidden in that dark recess. Perhaps it's nothing more than a rat carcass or rotting leftovers, but knowing our luck, it'll be something far more colorful.
As I wander closer, I suddenly get a whiff. I make a face. Yeah, it kind of smells like something died. Vicente, get out your phone flashlight again.
Blimey, exactly what I wanted to avoid, I think, reluctantly pulling out my phone and switching on the torch app, directing its weak beam towards the mysterious smell's origin. All right, let's get this over with, though I suspect we won't like what we're about to find.
I wrinkle my nose in distaste, covering my mouth with the back of my hand. Pinche pestilencia, I mutter, cautiously approaching the source of the smell, trying not to gag, as we discover a small decomposing animal carcass, likely a stray cat or dog, its body mangled and half-eaten by who knows what, surrounded by a halo of flies buzzing around it.
Merda, I breathe, recoiling at the gruesome sight, my stomach twisting into knots. This is a freaking nightmare, I mutter under my breath, taking a step back, my hand instinctively covering my mouth in disgust, trying to block out the stench. How the hell are we gonna have a concert in here with this smell and this...
Bloody fantastic, just peachy. We've got a charnel house atmosphere going, complete with putrid props. As I shine the light, I let out a low whistle, feeling the grimace spread across my face. Well, this is certainly a unique selling point.
I nod thoughtfully, appreciating Lark's measured approach. Vale, sounds like a plan. Let's scope out the other options, and if none of them pan out, we can always come back to this place, see if we can work around its unique ambience, I say, shooting Brazo a playful sidelong glance, and maybe even convince you to overlook the smell.
Let's get out of here, seriously, this place is a dump. If we can't find something better, we can always come back, but for now, I say, scanning the area one last time, searching for any redeeming qualities. Let's look for something less disgusting, yeah?
Right behind you, mate. This abattoir's seen better days, and I'm more than ready to leave its decaying charms behind. As we turn to exit, I cast Breakso a subtle, knowing glance, a hint of amusement flickering across my face.
I clap Vicente on the back, chuckling softly. Hombre, you and your dark humor. Let's get out of here before it gets any worse, I say, leading the way out of the slaughterhouse, squinting into the bright sunlight. Next stop, that abandoned factory near the river, might be a better fit for our undead extravaganza.
Next stop then, I say, my tone neutral, as I follow the others out of the slaughterhouse, flinching slightly at Manuel's clap on the back, my shoulders tensing ever so briefly.
Entonces, shall we get moving? We've got a factory to scout and then brunch to catch up on. I'm starving after all this exploring, I say, already heading towards the next location, my energy and enthusiasm undeterred by the setbacks we've faced so far.
Brunch, yeah, I could eat, but don't expect me to be all peppy about it. I've got a headache brewing and that smell's still stuck in my nostrils, I say, trailing behind the group, my gaze drifting towards Lark as we walk.